When editing videos, first thing I do is I take the file, the speed painting file, and I bring it into my editor and I edit out any little nonsense. I zoom in, zoom out, so that way the viewer would know what it is I'm working on and my process while doing it. That's the goal. That's what I try to go for. And also, when I do the visuals first or edit down the video, I'll know exactly how long the video is and how long I have to record myself talking. This one is going to be a bit of a doozy because it was a 10-minute video. I shaved it down to 5 minutes, which means I gotta talk and ramble for 5 minutes. So here's a ramble video. But it's also, I'll tell you why I was excited to work on this. So this is a commission. Someone wanted me to make something for their friend, which is a skeleton pope or skeleton with pope features. And I was quite excited about that because I love drawing skeletons. I hate drawing skeletons too because they're complicated because the way bones are and they're like one end it has a little bump, this one doesn't, and then the rib cage has many pieces to it, and the skull itself can be quite complex. And yeah, but it also brings me back to my old art days back in high school. My art teacher was telling me about how we need to learn the basics, and learning the basics means you have to learn anatomy, muscles, and yes, the skeleton. And all those skills, while they can be boring, are incredibly important. A lot of people always ask me, like, where do I start if I want to learn how to do art? You need to start with your basics. Or at some point, you need to learn the basics. I've known some people for 10 years, they've never learned the basics, and it shows. But I mean, those people, they're set in their ways, so you just have to leave them be. That's all there is to it. So in the case of the basics here, what you need to do is learn muscle anatomy. And when I was in high school, I didn't really want to do this. I wanted, because I was big into Dragon Ball, I wanted to draw muscles and fight scenes. But it was good that that show was so popular at the time because when I was watching it and I was trying to figure out like why I need to learn all this stuff, and when you were learning muscles and how the body functions. That helped me to translate because I would watch Dragon Ball and went, oh yeah, that's what that muscle group is, or that's what the muscle fibers are that cause this to grow and all that. So it helped me to understand the show better from a physical point of view and not just like ooh punchy punchy and energy blasts here and there. It was yeah. I learned that there was actual knowledge and research put into this, and so that was my motivating factor. So when I looked at that and acquired the skill of anatomy, that translated into everything I do. So if you want to do comic books, you want to do animation, you want to do anything, those skills about learning the human body will always be useful. And it's not just there because I mean, if you learn the anatomy and how muscles work, that'll also translate to other things like if you're doing animals or any other type of creature that has muscles, except for octopus. Those things they are so alien. They don't even they don't belong to this planet as far as I'm concerned. Those things are too strange. So now part of the range of learning how to do anatomy is of course the skeleton, the human stick figure, if you will, because it's just a bunch of pieces put together connected with muscle fibers and cartilage and all that stuff. So those it's very useful. With that said, though, even though I've studied this stuff for a long time, I still need to use my references. I still have to go out there and be reminded about what's this and what's that group. So I have a couple different art apps that I use, four in particular. One of them is actually a medical app that you can learn from bodies and stuff. There are like medical related apps out there for muscle groups and fibers and foots and all that. So it's quite useful to pay a little bit of money to get that because you're going to use it every single day. There's one app I use called Handy. Not a day goes by where I'm not using that app. But this isn't an advertisement for art apps. But hey, you know what? The human body can be difficult to learn and understand, so having a few references on hand is probably a good idea. Well, that's it for now. I'll see you all again for another video. Bye.